My name is Clinton Lee, and I'll be representing West Texas A&M University. The topic of discussion today will revolve primarily around Heidi Roizen. Heidi is a Silicon Valley native who has spent the better part of 4 decades working at an executive level at various technology companies in California. Heidi has mastered the skill of networking both on a professional and social front and is well known for her influence in Silicon Valley. I'll begin this presentation by analyzing the strengths of Heidi Roizen's network at 3 points in her career: early, mid, and late. I will also analyze concepts presented in our assigned readings and discuss how these apply to Roizen's influence, power, and success as a networker. So early in Heidi Roizen's career, her network was quite small compared to today. It did, however, provide her value as she called upon a friend for the access to the hiring manager of a desired position at Tandem. At Tandem, Heidi was responsible for editing the company newsletter, which gave her a first-class opportunity to get to know the CEO, as she would be in his main communication circle between him and her fellow employees. Her ability to utilize this opportunity came in the form of using this same CEO to write a recommendation letter for admittance into the Harvard Business School. Needless to say, Heidi's small network was already proving to be very powerful. After completing business school, Heidi co-founded the company Teammaker. Although small and quite underfunded, Heidi developed a strong network of people, including members of the press, fellow entrepreneurs, and eventually industry leaders through her involvement with the SPA. Her network during her early career was an integral part of introducing her to the industry, getting Teammaker off the ground, and running and helping her make contacts with industry participants who went on to become industry leaders many years later. Needless to say, the strength in her network early in her career was getting her into the right place at the right time and in front of the right people. So following her success as an entrepreneur, Heidi decided to leave venture capitalism and join Apple as the Vice President of Worldwide Developer Relations. Apple at this time was struggling to stay afloat due to lack of confidence in part of developers in Apple's long-term viability. This was the first time that Heidi really has to put her network to the test, if you will. Heidi began using her network as a leveraging point to call in favors from individuals she knew that could help sustain confidence in Apple. She also leveraged her relationship with a software CEO to run an ad in the Wall Street Journal showing that developers were not abandoning Apple's platform. At this point in Heidi's career, she already has immense strength in her networking, and it's benefited her professional career and her organization tremendously. She is now an extremely valuable asset because of who she is and who she's in contact with, and her network provides Apple with strength not to fail. So after becoming burnout at Apple, Heidi Roizen took her talents elsewhere. Her move of choice was to become a venture capitalist, so instead of providing value to an organization with investment of capital, she offered her time and experience to gain equity stake in the company. The real strength in Heidi's network at this point in her career was the ability of connection. During her time as a venture capitalist, she served as sort of a catalyst and helped people connect with each other in a manner that was a win-win for both parties. So pertaining to question 2, there were many things that contributed to Heidi Roizen's networking success, her influence, and her power. But today we'll focus primarily on the ideas presented in 3 pieces of work: How to Build Your Network, Harnessing the Science of Persuasion, and the book Give and Take by Adam Grant. In the case of Heidi, she's someone who believes in a balance of relationship. She believes that you can't just be a taker, as Adam Grant would deem it, but much more a matcher with a little bit of giver mixed in. To Heidi Roizen, it's important that when she makes a request to someone, that it carry a payback with it, either in the request itself or in the promise of future exchange. This is a key characteristic of what Adam Grant defines as a matcher, or someone who strives to strike a balance between getting and giving. This is, I believe, contributing to her success as a strong networker, because she strengthens her network by giving and receiving benefit back and doesn't spend all of her time doing favors for others. So as it pertains to power, in How to Build Your Network by Brian Uzi and Shannon Dunlap, the final advantage of a network like Paul Revere's is power. They note that as organizations have become flatter, power has been repositioned into the hands of information brokers. These brokers can adapt to changes in the org, develop clients, and synthesize opposing points of views while holding no formal position of authority. This article states that brokers are especially powerful because they connect the separate clusters, thus stimulating, collaborating, and exploiting arbitrage among otherwise independent specialists. Heidi Roisin is a perfect example of an information broker. Throughout this case, and especially in her time as a mentor capitalist, she connects with people with specific skill sets and information by utilizing her network. This ability to be an information broker gives her and her organization power in the market, whether she is a part of the SLT team or whether she's not. Her network and ability to help the right people connect creates power her title probably never could. So finally, as it pertains to influence, Heidi Roisin is a woman of high influence, and it makes you curious as to what makes her so influential. Robert Caladiani, in his article Harnessing the Power of Persuasion, may have the answer. Caladiani maintains that influence is often best exerted horizontally rather than vertically, and that persuasion skills exert far greater influence over others than formal power structures do. Roisin is great at using her network of solid relationships to get things done rather than using her official title. She wins friends, as Caladiani would say, and this enables her to influence others in a manner that lead to positive outcomes for herself and others.